According to the National Institutes of Health, stroke is the leading cause of serious adult disability in America, with the most common types of disabilities in the U.S. involving difficulties with walking, independent living tasks, and cognition. When one of us experiences a traumatic injury, early introduction of rehabilitation is paramount in rebuilding our health.
Stroke affects over 800,000 people in our country every year. Between the ages of about 18 to 50 years old, we've seen an increased prevalence, upwards of 10 to 15%. Most of the studies are showing that a lot of it has to do with risk factors that are modifiable, such as obesity, poor nutrition, lack of exercise, impact of alcohol and drugs. When someone has a stroke that impacts so many different things, not just the physical aspect, but the social, emotional, psychological, and cognitive, we want to get those patients into a comprehensive rehab program as soon as possible. We need to help minimize the ill effects of patients just laying in bed. That's the old school.
We've needed to really step up our game in the physical rehabilitation environment to help these individuals be able to have the best recoveries. And part of that is through advances in technology. The neuroscience has really emphasized the importance of mass repetition. If a person wants to regain their capacity to walk, we need to create opportunities for them to have hundreds to thousands of repetitions a day. Great in principle, but really difficult to achieve. So what's been developed are robotic types of devices that can now assist and lift and move that person's leg. We're even starting to bridge in with virtual reality, where people can practice tasks that maybe they would not be able to practice if you just use your surrounding space, but now you can start to practice them in simulated environments.
I think the most important consideration in choosing a rehabilitation facility is the intensity of care and rehabilitation that you're going to get. The period after a stroke can make all the difference in terms of long-term outcomes, and really having that intensive program helps us leverage the brain's ability to rewire itself, what we call neuroplasticity. Hospital-based rehabilitation is very medically focused. There is a rehabilitation specialist directing a team of multiple professionals across a wide range of disciplines. There's also a place for skilled nursing facilities, but this might be more appropriate for someone who can't tolerate the intensity of therapies that you would get in a rehab hospital.
Hope and healing is really critical as folks enter a rehabilitation hospital. It's often very discouraging because of all the uncertainty. Right from the beginning, instilling hope helps shift the mindset and begins to get them engaged in the rehabilitation process. Hope goes hand in hand with healing. We've got to identify those meaningful activities or the milestones that that patient and family want to achieve. And as soon as we develop the goals, we start talking about the resources that we need in order to meet those goals. One step builds on another and just reinforces that hope.
Since their founding in 1958, Madonna Rehabilitation Hospitals have been national leaders in the treatment of children and adults who have experienced stroke, brain injury, spinal cord injury, complex medical issues, neurological conditions, and traumatic events. Providing highly specialized care utilizing cutting-edge research and technology, Madonna continues to fulfill their mission of providing hope, hospitality, and healing to every patient.
We were founded in 1958 by the Benedictine Sisters of Yankton, South Dakota. They brought with them this rich tradition in hospitality, respect, and caring. The work had inherent dignity, and that whole culture, it has carried over the decades. We still build on it and reinforce it.
Madonna is accredited in several specialty programs: brain injury, spinal cord injury, stroke, cancer, and pediatrics. There aren't necessarily accredited programs like this in every town, and so it may mean some travel and a little bit of research to get to the place that can serve you best and hopefully provide the best outcomes possible for you.
With Madonna Rehabilitation Hospitals, they really bring together all the key ingredients, not only leading clinicians from all different disciplines, but it's also the right technology. Madonna has many technological advances. So for example, in walking, the eye care technology, and that's a technology that our team created that's now used around the world. The Locomat is a robotic device that clamps onto the bodies and helps to guide them through the movements that they need to relearn to walk. Then you can start to blend those also with virtual reality. Challenge them at each step along the way so that their body and their mind are regaining the skills and the pathways that are needed to get back to life.
One of the things I love about working at Madonna is there's so much hope and healing that goes on here every day. We see so many remarkable stories of recovery, survival, perseverance. That is so rewarding for our staff, our teams, for the patients and families we serve. That is what gives people hope. Typically, there are people that you know that are associated with someone that's had a stroke. It can happen to anyone.
The number one thing I'm most proud of is our staff. The Benedictines were big proponents of taking time to celebrate. The staff will often take a break and arrange for a little celebration and provide the patients a spirit award. We see the great benefit it provides and how life-altering it can be. I think there's great opportunity to continue to expand and grow the work that we do and expand this notion of hope and healing, complement the healthcare continuum in any community by providing access to the specialized care we provide.
To learn more, visit us at madonna.org.